Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, guys. More than just the meta. Guys, once again, I'm excited about Madden 22. Going to be dropping a lot of tips and strategies and some gameplays just to help you guys take your game to the next level. And I'm really going to focus on trying to provide you guys everything new or different stuff that is not the meta. There might be some concepts and things that I'll take from other types of stuff. But for the most part, I'm going to try to stay away from the more popular formations that a lot of people use online and a lot of those meta plays. So if you guys are looking for unique things, basically to have yourself a Trojan horse formation that you can throw into your game plan when you need to drive or basically go ahead and catch your opponent off guard because they're really starting to lock you down, you want to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So I was actually in a lab. I'm working on a full breakdown for my patrons for the run and shoot playbook. Spread, you got a bunch of like wide receivers going all over the place. Really exciting stuff that we're going to have. Problem is that when I went into a lab game online in ranks and regs, I selected the run and gun playbook, not the run and shoot. So I mixed up my guns with shoots, and as a result, I had to start scrambling. I realized I didn't have the right playbook once I got an interception, and I was just like, oh great, I'm not in the right one, and then I kind of scramble for stuff like that. So I'm going to show you some gameplay of me running this scheme that I jumped into. I've settled into it probably within the first basically within the first series of plays, and I was able to go ahead and just effectively move the ball against my opponent. He didn't really have much of an answer for it. So basically it's the gun form, the wing flex offset. You have a wing offset, similar plays, but this is a good formation. One of the great plays right there is Ohio spacing. It has a nice little inside zone, and one of the base audibles is the double post. But the play that when I found that was in this scheme, I was just like, okay, everything is set and ready to go, was a stick, nod, and vertical. This allows me to attack my opponent underneath in two different areas. I've got a glitchy route with the tight end route, the tight end number 1, and then I've also got myself a nice corner. This comes with an 0-1 trap, which has always been a very good play, a run play for the last couple of years. And then another play it comes with is the wheel post drag, which is really OP too. So we're going to leave Ohio spacing inside zone. 4 verticals is going to be the play we're going to take out for my favorite play that you could probably run this the entire time is the stick nod vertical. And then play action post is a good play. Actually, I got a touchdown off of this particular play, but my preference is to use this version of it, which is the wheel post drag. Basically, it's got a switch concept off the left, and it's got a nice little check and release with the running back, which is very unique. So out of the huddle, I'll probably call a couple different plays, maybe the jailbreak screen, or the power O, or the 0-1 trap. I focus with the 0-1 trap against my opponent. And we're just going to run this against basically random defenses because that's what I was seeing a lot with this guy, the guy I played with this particular scheme. So you got an 0-1 trap. It's a pretty good play, but the problem is that if you have a really good defensive tackle, I was going against the Eagles that have one of the best tackles in the game. He was blowing up that pulling guard. As a result, it wasn't necessarily the best thing. I'm going to go ahead and move this ball back a little bit just to give ourselves a little bit more room. And you know what's cool about it is that you've also got that run off to the left, which is going to be the inside zone. Look for the double team and just cut up basically where your offensive linemen have leverage. So it's nice to have that like that inside zone. This obviously is kind of a mismatch, even though I was able to go get a nice little run with it. But you got your two-headed rushing attack. You got your inside zone and all that kind of stuff. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the pass plays. Ohio spacing. I like to run it the following. I like to do a whip route on the backside. And the reason I like the whip route is that it gives me a faster read against man coverage, and it also gets better separation. So I find that I've gotten really good yardage with that particular read. If it's zone, if my opponent is in zone, then I'm going to go ahead and make my progressions from there. So you'll see if a guy actually comes out and doesn't play the whip correctly, I'm going to go ahead and check over the middle and then see if the whip is available. And then I've got another check that I can actually hit against my opponent. So also another thing too, see how Mooney is pressed right there. If the safety with the star in the upper left hand corner doesn't play a deep half, I'll take a shot with Mooney and basically make our progressions from there. So let's just go on instant replay. I'm going to just show you basically what I'm looking at with this. I'm watching this guy right here. You can see the defender actually comes out. The whip actually was available. I should have took that right away. But my first read essentially was watching this defender right here. He flipped his back and played deep, so I knew that he wasn't in a good position. Then I'm gonna take a read right here, and then I'm gonna look to this, and then my final read is gonna be this guy right here, because this running back is gonna pull that guy out. So you're spreading the ball all over the place with this particular play. So once again with the whip, see how the defender actually has to choose between the two, and that's where that route is going to be available for you with that route, right? With that little hitch route. We're going to watch Mooney, see if he gets over top. He does, and that's going to be an opportunity for yourself for a one-play touchdown. So if you got a guy that uses a lot of aggressive zero blitzes or cover one blitzes, man coverages and presses, you can take a shot up top if you got a very fast wide receiver. And this is, it's a nice little route right here, which is good against man coverage. It's kind of unique, and we'll get open for zone. So let's go and take a look at my favorite play, which is a stick and nod vertical. And what I like to do is I like to drag up my outside receiver, Mooney, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my running back and put him on a wheel. This is going to go and complement this route, which is going to be by Graham. Now, the route by Graham basically starts our progressions, and we're going to watch the defender over him. And if no one falls into that zone, I can pick up an easy 10 yards with that route. And it causes a dilemma with your opponent, because you have to you show him this wheel route by the tight end, and he has to compensate for it. And a lot of times defenders are just not going to get out there, and you can get rid of that ball. You can get rid of it. So if he tries to blitz you, that ball is out before he actually has a chance to do it. So he's going to have to put some type of a cloud flat out there or not, or something. Now, what's cool about it too is that you've got, if he puts a cloud flat out there, you've got this route by the running back. Which, even though the running back didn't catch the ball, it's a really good play to go ahead and throw into your scheme. So it's just two fast reads. Nobody goes out to the sideline. I'm going to go ahead and just check it down to a tight end. So if you got a fast tight end, someone like a Waller or a Kelsey, you can get some monster yards if the defender doesn't come out. So, and then you've got basically a check down with a running back, where you could pick up 7 or 8 yards and stuff like that. Obviously, and the other thing too with this play too, the way it's set up is that you got your little crosser that you can check down to. So we're going to watch Mooney on this backside. I'm not going to look to the left. I'm not going to look to the right. So I'm going to look to the left. And Mooney is going to be an area that we can go and check it down to. So if he locks everything up at the right side, you've got basically your release route on the backside that you can use against your opponent. So another thing too is that the corner route, if it's man coverage, would be available for you too. So that's another thing you can do. So let's see if we can get that. So here's your corner, and you can get that big completion like that. So the last thing I like to do with this here play is the post wheel drag. I like to run this thing stock. My first read is going to be Komet going over the middle. He's going to be my hot read, and you can actually hit that for a big completion. Another thing too with that particular this play, what's great about it, it's a stock play that you can jump into. You've got this unique running back route, which is kind of a flat route, and if he's using coverages and stuff like that, you can catch him off guard with that. The switch concept is fairly good. You can usually hit this deep post, especially against man coverage, but it's a quick snap play that you can throw in your scheme. So I'm going to go show you some gameplay of me running this scheme. I had to jump into this. It wasn't something I was practicing. It was just an old scheme that I built up before in the past, and this is something you can use online. There's many variations of this formation, but if you see a wing formation offset with the running back off to the right, take a look at the plays, because there's some really good stuff in it. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. If you do like this type of tips, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll be rolling out more offensive and defensive tips to take your game to the next level. Until next time.